Hi guys, my name is Sandy Esprit and thank you so very much for joining me in today's Vlogmas. So today I'm going to do a little something differently. We're just going to little chit chat. There's always like something happening as soon as I press record. So please take a moment and press that subscribe button that's going to be down here below. It's in a red box that says subscribe. Pretty easy to find, as well as click that notification bell so that you know every single time I come out with a brand new video. Guys, we are almost done the year. I cannot believe it's been, wow, 2020 has been definitely a roller coaster. Yeah, just a roller coaster. But when I look back over this year, I am definitely reminded that as much as I have seen some wins, and I'm super grateful for this year, it's definitely forced me to push me out of my comfort zone to go after what I truly believe is important, to just really find my voice and to just be unapologetically myself and to just take a leap of faith. I am so very grateful. I restarted my vlog, my YouTube channel. I used to operate under that 4, 5, 6 years ago, and then I stopped, and now I'm back. I upgraded my tech. I'm so excited. I had secured my first 4-figure deal, which was really exciting. I learned to negotiate for myself, for my brand, and just to really be secure in the woman that I am. And you know, that comes with making decisions and making tough choices that unfortunately not many people will understand, but in the long term will I guess see itself through. The results always will come through. Like the fruit, you're always going to see the fruit of a good tree. And so this year has been really exciting. My family and I, we've been able to do some really fun things, take part in some really cool projects, from the cooking show to shooting a commercial, which I'm super excited about. And now we're in December, and I'm just so hyped and so excited for everything that's come out of this. And the one thing I guess I have learned this year is really the power and the beauty of consistency, to just show up even if you don't feel like it, to just show up and have a plan of action, to just really be consistent in the things that you really want for you. It's not easy. It really isn't easy. It's really hard. There were days where I just wanted to give up. There were days where I was just like, that's it, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore. Especially when I started seeing like my Instagram numbers beginning to tank, and you know, there was that big wave in June, July, August. There was huge wave, and I had gained like this massive following. I remember in 1 hour after my post was shared, and it was great. I thought like I finally made it. You know, I broke through. I made it. I finally made people finally hear me out. And massive wave, you know, especially with the BML movement, and just really standing firm in what I believed in. And so my engagement was up, and people were just vibing with me, and I thought like everything was super cool. And then afterwards, everything kind of just went back downhill. It was like this climax, and then way down, just went downhill from there. And unfortunately, it definitely took a toll, because I was like, well, what happened? Like, do people not like me no more? And then turns out like people aren't really seeing my posts. And I just, it honestly nearly broke me, because I found myself to be like that influencer, just looking and you know, fishing for the likes and fishing for the shares and the posts, and then like all these other things were happening. Like I was switching hashtags and everything, and I was really racking my brain, just ready to give up. And but through it all, like I had to go back to the decision and the promise that I made to myself to just really be consistent and to show up, and then mainly to show up for myself. That was really that was the promise I had made to myself, was that I was gonna show up for myself first. If nobody else but me was being inspired, then I'm good. If I wasn't proud of the work that I was putting out, then I wasn't gonna put it out. And I really wanted to create a platform and a page and give advice so that 30 years from now, when my daughters are old enough and they can look back on the content that I've produced and the words that I have written, that they would be proud of it, and that they would get to know the woman that I am as a 30-year-old as opposed to mommy. Because listen, like right now I only have like 33 years of life and experience. By the time they become 30, they're gonna have 60. I'm gonna have 60 years of life and experience, and that's not to knock the woman I'm gonna be then, but maybe my delivery is gonna be different, and maybe they won't be able to connect with mommy at 60 versus Sandy at 30. You know what I mean? And that was really my main focus, is I'm going to inspire, and I just want people to live their best lives. If nobody else gets it, I want my daughters to know that I believe in them, and I believe in them just because they are breathing, living, beautiful souls. Like, honestly, just because of that. It's not because of anything they've done. It's not because like they obey every single thing that I say, because listen, kids don't listen. That's part of who they are. That's what makes them them. That's what allows them to learn and to grow. It's trial and error, y'all. But I really want my girls to just be able to look back, or if somebody says, hey, like this is content from your mom, like from back in 2020, remember when there was that lockdown, this is what your mom did while the world shut down, and they'll be able to look back and be proud of the woman that I was then, who led up to the woman that is today. And I never really I never want to forget either. I really want to be able to go back and see the woman that I am, and just to be able to say, you know what, like God really did that. Like God brought me from that point A, and now I'm here in point B. And just really to never forget where I came from, never forget how I started. It's very important to me that I don't forget and therefore take things for granted, because there was a time in my life where I really had no belief in myself. And I'm not talking about like 10, 20, 40 years ago. I wasn't alive 40 years ago. But I'm talking about like this year. Literally, had somebody told me I'd be doing this full time, and just, goodness, like a good 9-8 months ago, at the beginning of the year, definitely did not see myself doing this right now. I didn't see myself actually enjoying this work, as exhausting as it is. I really do enjoy it. I love being able to come here and create content. I love being able to stage a moment and take a picture of a moment in my life, and just to be like, you know what, like, hey, we're not alone. We're all in this together. Like, I know this is one of the most overused lines of 2020, but mamas, we're not alone in our journey. No matter how lonely it feels, we are all in this struggle. Like, we all have this struggle. I don't know one mother who hasn't, been awakened by the sound of their crying child not knowing what to do, or another mother who is exhausted and still trying to find the strength to push out that last bit of positive energy to feed into their children. I don't think I know a mother who has not tried her best to undo the damage of her childhood, and in order to bring her child through a childhood that will benefit them. And it's work. It really is work. As if you are a mom, it's work. If you are a Black woman, it's work. If you're a woman, it's work, because there is so much that is being undone, and there's so much things that we are constantly unlearning. And again, that is consistency. Like, you have to be consistent even in that work, to research and be like, okay, this is why this didn't work out. This is why this didn't make sense. This is that thing from back then that I learned that just never sat right with me, and now I have to unlearn that so that I don't pass that on to my kids, because that's just not cool. That is work. It is work. Not all of us can afford therapy, and for those of you who are in therapy, I commend you. I commend you so much. That is one of the best investments that you could do for yourself and for the future generation. And It is so important that we take care of ourselves mentally, we take care of ourselves spiritually, that we take care of ourselves physically, because the future really does depend on it. Our best selves will bear fruit, will bear the best fruit, and the best fruit are the future leaders of this world, the future game changers. And we don't want, if we're honest, we really don't want things to go back to the way they were. When we talk about equality and being treated equally, we mean that across the board. Not one person, I believe, honestly thinks in the heart of hearts that what is happening right now is fine. There is absolutely no reason why a woman can't give birth in a nice and safe and no hostile environment. There are certain things that I believe that could easily be treated with education. Our education system needs reform. I think that our healthcare system needs reform. I think that our social services system, it needs reform. And in North America, I don't know about the rest of the world, but I know that in North America specifically, we need change. But that doesn't start until the conversation happens. And to really address those issues takes work. It takes consistent work, because now we have to sit down and have a real honest conversations with ourselves, a sobering conversations with ourselves. And this is not something that will happen overnight. This is not an overnight change. This is definitely something that we need to individually look at ourselves and address. What are the things that I'm doing wrong? How can I make it right? How can I get the resources, the proper resources, to better inform myself and those around me? Because whether or not we like it, we are all influencers. We all influence our circle of friends, our loved ones. And whether or not you realize it, setting boundaries is a form of influence. You are influencing people to teach, and you're teaching them how to respect you. I've had to do it. Not everybody who calls himself family is family. That's the reality of it. Not everyone who's blood related to you is actually looking out for you, and boundaries are necessary. So you are influencing that person just by saying, hey, this is not happening to me anymore. Literally, that you are an influencer, whether or not you realize it. But what you do consistently will determine the outcome of your fruit. It will determine the outcome of your success. Where you're headed is based on what you're doing right now, over and over again. You set up the pattern of your future. Nothing in life, I believe nothing in life is by accident. I believe that God has ordained everything to take place the way it should. I don't believe that we are here by accident either. I don't think that anything we do should be taken for granted. Mistakes happen. Everybody makes mistakes. Mistakes happen, and we should learn from our mistakes. And that doesn't mean that a mistake can change and alter. Certain mistakes will change and alter the course of our lives. I'm not gonna lie. Certain mistakes, I believe, can be avoidable, preventable. Proper education, proper care needs to be taken place. But I also believe that nothing is by accident. You learn, you grow, you inspire, and you teach others to do better. And you learn, you grow, you do better. That's really it. And in that effort, you are teaching others to also do better. And there is no greater accomplishment than to see your work live on for the better, to further educate the future. I think that is the greatest legacy. That's bigger than wealth. That's bigger than money. That's bigger than treasures. That is ultimately the greatest treasure, is your influence being transcendent across generations. That your words could live on and inspire that person who's feeling suicidal to just get up and try one more time. Do it one more time, That person who's about to throw in the towel because everybody keeps saying they won't make it, but they hear what you have to say and they say, you know what, let me try again. Let me just try one more time. That person who's living in an abusive household and they have nowhere else to turn, hearing what you have to say and saying, you know what, let me just try one more time. Because ultimately, it takes that one time. All you need is one time. You're not being consistent so that you know, all of your problems just go away. That's not that I think that's the biggest lie that we tell our children, especially through Hollywood and the media, is that, you know, all you need to do is just show up. That's just show up and just do it. And it's gonna be magical. You know, we see it all the time in those music scenes. You know, that girl keeps choking, and or that guy keeps choking, and they can never get it right. And then they hit the stage, and they sing that one time, and it's magical, and their voice is perfectly in sync. And it's like, no, 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 no. You have to practice. There is work. Like, there is a lot of work that goes on behind that perfect performance, because all you need is that one time, that to try again, like that, not doing it one time, it's to try again and again and again for that one time. That's the only reason you're doing it, is because for that one time that will change your life. And what people will describe as overnight success is actually years of hard work. It's that 10,000 hours of consistent hard work that will change your situation from trying over and over and over again to actually succeeding and doing it over and over and over and over again. If anything happens in my lifetime, I want my daughters, and I want anybody who hears what I have to say, to know this: your success is dependent on your consistent hard work. Because people say you only get one shot. I personally don't believe that. This is what I believe. I believe that your one shot is predetermined by your consistent hard work. Are you showing up for yourself, or are you showing up so that people can give you all the acclamation and the praises? Are you showing up for clout? Are you showing up for hype? Or do you have a purpose behind you showing up? Because that ultimately will determine the rate of your success. It's directly related to your showing up, your consistent showing up. I wouldn't be here if I didn't put in the work, and I'm still not where I want to be. But I honestly believe that, like, all that hard work that I've put in over the years is not going to go down in vain. All that hard work that I've put in my content, all that hard work of writing captions, all that hard work of researching on skincare and hair care. And mind you, I don't have like a PhD in those things. I'm talking about like basic research. All of that is ultimately going to lead to that performance, that one performance that changes everything. But that only happens after all the hard work that I put in, that 10,000 hours of hard work. And that's not like I have 10,000 hours of doing it like straight through, because don't forget, I still have kids to take care of, I still have food to cook, I still have a house to clean, there is still a husband who needs my attention, I still have a mother, I still have siblings, I have friends. There's a lot happening, and I still need to take a break and recharge. But none of that is going to mean anything. None of that means anything if I don't show up consistently. And that's not just for like success in the workplace. That's success in your home. That's success in your relationship, in your marriage. You just gotta show up consistently. If you and show up for the results you want. In your relationship, if you're constantly showing up but you're mean and bitter, then your results are gonna be bad. If you want a happy marriage, you gotta show up with a happy attitude. And that's both parties, not just one. You just gotta show up consistently. Consistency will give you the results that you desire, but it also is based on that. Like, you just have to show up for you. What are the results you want? Who are you showing up for? So I hope this helped you. I know I went off on a tangent. Like, I just went on, but honestly, that's what 2020 taught me. Like, you just gotta show up for you. Like, what is your message? What are you here for? What are you about? And show up. That's it. Show up consistently. So don't forget to click that subscribe button, click that notification bell. Check me out on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok. All the information is going to be on the caption box below. Comment and let me know if you liked this video or if you want videos like it. I got a whole lot more. Whatever else you would like for me to talk about, by all means, put it in the comment section. I welcome all. I welcome all comments and all constructive criticism, of course. So I hope to talk to you guys later. See you guys later, and I'll check you guys out on the next Vlogmas. Bye for now.